Welcome, everybody, to the Pikes Peak Area Council of Governments Water Quality Management Committee. It's January 28th, 2026. Going to do introductions really quickly. We'll go around the room here and then we'll get you guys online. I'm Jonathan Moore, Fountain Sanitation District. I chair this committee. Go to my left to Angie.
I'm Angie Martell, Environmental Planner at PPACG.
I'm Roger Sams with GMS, Consulting Engineers.
I'm Kevin Brown with Cherokee Metro District.
Mark Foley with Colorado Springs Utilities.
Wally Eaves, Woodman Hills.
Thank you. And if you're online, please introduce yourself. Don't be shy.
Connie King, law firm.
Darren Adami, Stratmore Hills Water and Sanitation District.
Mike Morgan, Whitefield Water and Sanitation District.
Taylor Murphy, City Fountain Water Utility.
And Mr. Chair, I think that's all the voting members and other members from districts, looks like.
Thank you, Jared. All right, Angie, it looks like we do have a quorum. Is that correct? Thank you. All right, any changes to the agenda today? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make the motion to approve the agenda.
Call that a second. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No. All right, thank you. All right, any changes or corrections to the meeting minutes from November 19th, 2025? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve those?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from November 19th.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, thank you. Okay, item number 4, public comment. Anybody online or here that would like to address this committee?
Mr. Chair, looks like we do have a hand raised from someone online who'd like to provide public comment.
Okay.
The individual now has the ability to unmute themselves. Oh, Mr. Chair. Excuse me, just a moment, we'll get that rectified.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, explode. Check that dick. Check that dick. Here comes the here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes a nut. Here comes a nut. Oh, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
those updates. But just letting you know, we kicked that off. They'll be reaching out to you all for information, and throughout this year, there will be materials for y'all to review. So just letting you know that we got that started. They'll come here and introduce themselves too. But let me know if you have any questions on that. Just want to let you know that they'll probably be reaching out. And that's it for that.
Okay. The meeting schedule adjustments.
Yeah, and that is just to let you know that we had made some changes to our schedule before we tried out, what was it, the second Wednesday or something. And quite a few people weren't actually able to make that. So we're just going back to what we had before, which I can't remember is the third or fourth Wednesday, whatever we're at right now. And we don't plan to make changes because that didn't really work for a lot of folks. So maybe in the future, but not at this time.
Okay, thank you. Item number 6, action items, Water Quality Management Committee officers.
All right. So this, I just happened to be looking back at the bylaws, and which say that new nominees shall be presented for election at the November meeting each year. It also says, it does say they can hold office until they resign, they're removed, or disqualified to serve, or until successors are elected, which is how Jonathan has primarily been serving. But it also says that officers may be reelected, but may not serve more than 2 consecutive terms. So I believe we're past that. Is that correct?
Probably. How long is each term?
1 year.
Oh, yeah, then we definitely are.
Okay. So we have 3 officer seats, which are the chair, the vice chair, and the second vice chair. And those by default serve as the Stark officers as ex officio non-voting members. So I would like to take nominees for the chair, vice chair, and second vice chair, even though we love our existing positions and we appreciate them. So
Oh, sounds good. Who wants to be the next chair?
I'll nominate Jonathan to be the chair.
Right, because I'm term limited out now.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see. It can't be me. Wants to do it, Kevin?
Was being the chair entail?
Lots and lots of extra hours. Just kidding. No, Angie keeps us on the straight and narrow, so I communicate with Angie throughout the month, here and there, but nothing crazy.
you're really my primary contact for reaching out about decisions, and you run the meetings. And if you're not here, it's your responsibility to reach out to the vice chair and have them fill in for you. And we also know that Brandon and Roy are not here to vote, and neither is Jesse. So we could nominate people and vote next month if you'd rather.
It's the board's wishes. Who's the vice chair right now?
Mark from,
Oh,
oh,
right,
yeah,
up north.
Mark Parker, yes. And the second vice chair is Roy.
Is Mark online?
I didn't see.
I didn't see him in there, but okay. So it's up to the current. What do you guys want to?
And we can also shuffle them if that's what we need. I'll also say the chair needs to attend the SARC meetings, and I think you already do.
I actually haven't attended one yet.
Okay, okay.
I'm sure that position's up as well, term limited as well.
Well, so they're the same officers. They're just by default, they attend.
You guys want to wait a month or you guys want to do it now?
Seems like having more voting members present would be important to make that decision. To me,
We do have a quorum, but I agree.
yep, I agree. I can also talk to Brandon, see if he's interested
Okay.
in any of that.
That's good about that wall.
Yep, under that.
I could put a follow-up email too, so that folks are ready to nominate.
There you go. That'd be
Okay.
awesome. Okay. We will table that to next meeting.
And Mr. Chair, as well as Angie, Doug has joined from Respect and
Oh.
then wanted to jump back. I just want to let you know he's in on the call.
Thank you.
Hey,
Before we jump back, do we need a vote on item 6 or just table it? And vote.
Comfortable just tabling. No,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, let's jump back. Angie, do you want to talk a little more about what we?
all right. Hey, Doug, we see you joined. Thanks. I just introduced that we had selected Respect to work with on our 208 plan update, and let the committee know that your team may be reaching out to them. Did you want to introduce yourself or introduce your work with us on the 208 plan?
Sure. Yeah. Sorry, I jumped in and then I don't know. I heard some weird things on. I jumped out and jumped back into the call later on. So yeah. So Doug Schwenke with the Respect Company. We were selected to help out PPACG with the preparation of their 208 update. We had a kickoff meeting with Angie on Monday and got things started. And Angie, we received your information that you sent us yesterday. So Natalie and Willow, also on the team, have been able to are downloading that information. Quick background: we also work with PACOG down in Pueblo, and have updated their 2A plan once, and have done a 9-element watershed plan for them, and are their environmental consultants. And we also have done work with a Northern Front Range Water Quality Planning Association with Mark Thomas, and done a 9-element watershed plan for them as well. So we're excited to help out you guys with updating this 2A plan, and just pleased to be invited to the meeting today. So thanks a bunch.
Thank you, Doug. All right, we're gonna go to item number 7A, service area maps. Angie.
All right, so I sent your, what I'm considering final, but final, it's maybe not final, service area maps to everyone for you to review. So this is just one last call. Does anyone have any edits to your service area maps? Are we good to go there? Because the next step here would be, we'll adopt those into the 208 plan. Well, once the 208 plan is finalized. And we'll share the shape files with CDPHE as you guys voted on last meeting.
Of the Denali Water and Sanitation District is still considering some revisions to that map. Try to get that result for the next meeting.
Okay, that's great. If you could have any edits before our next meeting would be preferred. But we can also coordinate off.
Yeah, I think we can do that. That whole upper monument group's getting together in 2 weeks. So we can try to get resolved after that meeting.
Okay.
All right, item 7B, site application review process edits, and that's what you sent out to all of us, Angie. Thank you for all that work that you did. We've got some comments from security, water and sand. Got anything you want to add to that, Angie?
Yeah, so I don't think it from security. Yeah, so I don't think everyone saw the edits. So because Brandon and Mark and Jesse cannot be here, they sent their comments to me via email. So as we get to those sections, I'll speak for them, I guess. But otherwise, I think that how we can move through the site application review process and the edits here is just, do you guys want to work through it page by page or jump around and let me know what comments or changes you're suggesting?
I mean, I reviewed it. I saw security's comments. I don't have any problem with their comments. I didn't have any additional comments. I went through it all. Again, it looks like you put in a lot of work on it. If there's anything you want to bring up specifically, if not, I'll just open it up to the group if they have any edits or comments.
Okay.
Is there an opportunity then to give you comments after this meeting?
There is, hopefully within the next month would be ideal.
Okay, so by the end of February.
That'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody have any issue with that? Getting final comments to Angie by the end of, okay.
I'm also hoping we can walk through it today to get any comments as well, just to move things.
Sure, I'll turn it over to you and you can walk us
Okay.
through it.
Okay, Jared, do you have that to share on the screen? Cool. All right, so the first page is really, well, I'll say most of the changes I made were additional text to add clarity to address some of the repetitive comments that I get from applicants because they're not, this is not a usable document that I can point applicants to, so I put that information in here. So broadly, that was how I went at this. And also try to incorporate some of our previous discussions on the topic. And not try to make any huge changes. So the first page is adding some clarity. No big comments on that so far. The next page, this table, I've already had some responses that people agree we don't need this table. It's basically the same for everyone. But we could pare it down into a few sentences. Everyone, okay. All right, and then go on to some other changes there were directing applicants to get their blank documents from us. So I'm pointing them to the actual source for that. Then we have on the next page, sorry, I should put page numbers on here for you. All right, so page 3 where it talks 27.1, yeah, go down a bit. There's some comments on this, how we define, well, first of all, upper monument and mid monument are not here, correct?
And I don't
Functional.
functioning anymore.
Yeah, that's what I looked at.
Yeah, was there some direct feedback from the upper monument people there?
I haven't received any.
Okay, I think historically they have just met when there's been a need. Jim Kendrick and Mark Parker have been kind of the nexus of that group. So I think that will probably still retain. That would include Monument Sand, Woodmore Water and Sand, and Palmer Lake Sand District.
Monument, Palmer Lake, and Woodmore.
Woodmore.
So I did receive comments from Jesse from Woodmore, and he didn't mention that. So I'm just,
Maybe we
and also, have you guys reviewed site applications in the past? Because that is how Lower Fountain functions as
Right.
well.
They
They have?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is we've had a number of site applications in the Upper Monument area that have not gone through any review beyond SARC in the last few years.
And do they need to?
If the folks up there aren't insisting on it.
Yeah, so that's the question. Is that something, is that a role they want?
I think we need to ask
Okay.
if they, because historically, I think they have been. If they decide they don't want to or don't need to.
Hopefully they get back to Angie and
I can reach out and
Okay.
I'll reach out, just be sure. I'll copy you, Roger.
Okay.
Okay, I'll follow up on that. And then for Lower Fountain, we got some comments on that. One, we need to put their full legal names for Fountain. You know, is not just Fountain, security is not just security. And then so Jesse also suggested that we say includes but is not limited to these entities, but I think we should go a little bit further and say exactly who's included in that. So I don't know who that is though, and that would be on Jonathan, maybe?
yeah, I've got a list. I should say.
I know we're missing out to there.
Yeah.
Hills.
Yep.
Okay,
To give you to do, and I'll get you that list,
okay.
Angie. That'll be on me.
I think you can refer to Cameron's operations Cherokee.
Unfortunately, we're also not a member.
Yeah, so that's why I have
I
this,
know.
I have it highlighted here
Do you want to be a
because,
member?
Not this year, but thank you.
Like you used to be, but they're.
okay, so that I have that highlighted here because I'm actually wondering, we had some conversations before. If we list Cherokee here, that means all your site applications also are reviewed by Lower Fountain. And we had talked about not having your site applications go through that process. So it's really a question, do we include Cherokee in this, or maybe I wait till Jonathan provides the list, or how do you guys want to do that?
I'd prefer if you didn't. I mean, as we talked about with Wally, all of our SLA applications are in a different basin.
Yeah.
And we haven't been a member for a little while, so it's probably best to just leave us out, unless we choose to rejoin in the future, which is certainly a possibility.
Okay, good. All right, we'll take you out. Okay. All right, that's the big question I had there. All right. And then the next page, I haven't received any comments there, but this is really just added clarification to who the SARC is, what they do, who the water quality committee is, and your role, which you pretty much already know that. Again, you guys can review this in the next 2 weeks and let me know if there's any lingering comments. Oh, so one thing on, sorry, on the water, no, you're good. On the water quality, Jesse recommended on that last line for all of them regarding their approval or disapproval. Jesse suggests we change that to favorable or unfavorable recommendations, just to make it clear that you're not really the final approval body. You're just making a recommendation.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
All right. All right, we'll make that change. Okay, and then 27.3 additional signatures. I get a lot of questions of like, for me, how do we get these other signatures? But once we're done with the PPACG process, it's out of our hands. And I don't know the process for the cities and towns and counties. So I've made it clear that you need to reach out, the applicant needs to reach out to those entities to get your signature. There was a suggestion to put some sort of a flow chart showing that these are separate. Does everyone think that would be a good idea, helpful?
I think it'd be good just to remind him after it gets to the water quality. And he's like, okay, here's your next steps. And if you,
Yeah.
Right now I sign for the Lower Fountain water quality.
Right.
That-
And I made a clarification in there that the application, when reviewed by you, needs to be signed before it comes to us, because we're getting them not signed. Okay, and that'll add some efficiency in our process as well. Okay, and then put more information.
Would that signature be required before you get all the other signatures on it? So, like before I would sign up on something for my district or,
Sorry, your signature. Yes, so your signature, if you're the applicant, I remember I got one for yours that you hadn't signed. So that does need to be signed by you. And also after Lower Fountain reviews it, it needs to be signed by Lower Fountain before it comes to me. But I don't care if the city or county has signed it yet. And I made that clear in the text as well, as far as the order of signatures. Okay, the next, which were we on? Okay, then the more descriptions on, or clarity on who they need to reach out to. And then on the public outreach and noticing, this is the next page is an entirely new area because we had received comments from on-site applications in the past when I wasn't here. So it was a suggestion to put in more information on what's required of the applicant for public outreach and noticing. We don't require anything extra. It's all outlined in Reg 22. So I just directed the applicant there for public outreach requirements. And generally, I'll say there's a lot of go look at Regulation 22 throughout. And part of that comes down to that they have all the standards for that. When we review applications, it needs to be consistent with our 208 plan. So I put that in here as well. But you can also reference as the SARC. The SARC can also reference Reg 22 for additional criteria to look at the site application for. That was another comment that came up in our previous discussions about this was the SARC didn't know exactly how are we supposed to be looking at these site applications and what's the criteria. So that is actually coming up. Oh, that's right here. Yeah, so 208 planning framework and review considerations, slightly down on that page. So you guys had asked for more criteria in terms of what do we look at when we're reviewing these applications. So that I would encourage you guys, if you haven't read that section, that's really kind of where I want a lot of your, I'm hoping for some of your comments. So if you have time to read it in the future, in the next couple of weeks, that would be helpful because this is meant to give you direction on reviewing those site applications.
That's 27.6.
Yes, yes. And then that's also, so 27.6, and then it also flows into a non-numbered section, which is additional application and review requirements. So that's for you guys specifically when you're reviewing an application. So we can come back to that if you like, or do you want to review it now? Up to you.
We let everybody get a chance to dive into that.
Okay, all right, we can come back to that. And I'll note for next time to review it, just that section.
Okay.
And then the final, no, sorry, two more. There's a table here, which I'm suggesting we get rid of this table. We'll put in a comment that this was another suggestion. A note that CDPHE is ultimately the permitting authority. And if they want a list of all of our approved the site applications that have gone through us, we can provide that, but we don't need to provide it here. Okay. And then the last thing is the site application review fees. I didn't receive any comments from those not in attendance about this, but I want to call your attention to it because I wonder if maybe they didn't see it because it's at the end of the document. This has been added. This is something that PPACG would like to move towards. Something that we've not done in the past, but we also don't have, this is something we're required to do is a site application review process, but we actually don't have funding for it. So this is a way to address that moving forward. So I think we should discuss that now.
When someone wants to bring a, or the SARC or this committee, it's $500.
Yes, and if you have additional meetings like the Walden, it's 100 more per meeting.
500 for SARC, 500 for this.
No, 500 straight up
Okay.
flat fee.
Okay.
Unless you have something more complicated like Walden,
Right.
then we'll
Okay.
keep charging. I'll leave that for comments.
I mean,
500 seems pretty reasonable to me. Does that, I guess the question is that like a starting point with the intent that that doesn't fully cover your costs, it'll increase over time? Or does that pretty much cover what PPACG's costs are?
Yeah, so we evaluated how much time we spend collectively, all staff, on site applications, and we think that this covers our administrative sort of processing fee. So in putting it in here is like, it's not going to change unless we update this again.
Okay. Seems reasonable to me.
Any other comments? I think it's reasonable as well. I mean, they're providing this facility for everybody. They have to update all their equipment, you know, whenever, every other year or whatever. I think it's reasonable in my opinion.
Okay, great. I wasn't sure how that was going to go over, so I'm glad we discussed it.
No pitchforks or.
Yeah. And then if anyone, again, we'll come back to this. This isn't a formal vote, but what really wanted your input, and we will vote on this ideally next month if I can have everyone's comments by then.
I recommend that before it go to SARC, that the fees paid. Not,
Yes.
Hey, well, the check's in the mail, Angie.
Yeah, so there's a submit payment
Right, it does. say that.
before we start any work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know you have a whole list now of everything that you have to check before you even put it on the agenda, so
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's awesome.
Okay. All right, so then before we wrap up, just remind everyone to review that 27.6, was it?
Yeah.
And then we'll just want to make sure you guys don't need more clarification or more details there. So if you could at least just review that section before our next meeting, and then we'll plan to vote next month. And I'll do those follow-ups via email as well.
This kind of gives the applicant their checklist, really, so
Yeah.
when they present, this is the things we're gonna be looking at, so that's good.
More direction, and
Yep.
and it's more efficient for us as well, so I'm not
Mhm.
answering all the same questions. Okay.
Yes, Roger.
Yeah, I just may make one comment on the fee thing. Certainly, I think it's a reasonable fee in terms of magnitude. But I guess in terms of the general whole principle of a fee, is there a way to demonstrate that that fee covers the costs that PPACG would not ordinarily incur if the application had not been submitted to you?
Mm.
If you could, develop that rationale, I think that some basis. If indeed everybody's administrative time has already been funded, your annual budget, not incurring any additional cost, whether the application's here or not.
Yeah, so that's how we evaluated our hours spent on individual site applications in the first place. It wasn't just like, oh, how much time am I at the water quality meeting? This is actual time spent on the site
I think if
application.
we, put that rationale record,
Okay,
that helps justify it.
okay. I'll put something in there.
Or not in the budget itself, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think what Roger's getting is showing us a record of that. Vote on it again,
Okay,
talked about that.
okay.
Okay, anything else from anybody? You're good?
Okay.
Hearing none, seeing none, okay. Oh,
Comment, just, I think the Water Quality Control Act still addresses the issue of regionalization. And that has always been here in the Pikes Peak area, kind of an elephant in the room. And now I think, like Wally, I think he's probably the poster child, and everybody out in the eastern part of Falcon area, like Squirrel Basin, kind of coming to you, and some regionalization going on.
Mhm.
So I think at least at somewhere in there, the action of the SARC, action of the Water Quality Management Committee should maybe demonstrate that they have considered and addressed the issue of regionalization with any given site app, and it either is or is not applicable.
I thought I saw that in here somewhere, Angie, about regionalization in one of your checklists, but it's.
Yeah, so in that 27.6, I don't remember exactly where it does.
Yeah, it starts out right the first sentence.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah, basically talking about region. Planning.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, there's
that's part of it.
Start,
Yeah.
so that's good, yep.
And you want it more distinct? Are you
Yeah,
saying
well,
you
I
want?
think, I just think we just need to make a conscious statement about
Yeah,
any given application.
needs to demonstrate.
Yeah, facilitates regionalization. It's not considered to be reasonable at this point in time. CSU's kind of taken their regionalization to get a point now where locked into NEP in Las Vegas. Still, you're doing other service area agreements, service agreements outside of that, like the Falcon area, Water Authority, and others in the part of the county, so.
Yeah, the first bullet point under additional application and review requirements, it states consideration of opportunities for regionalization, consolidation of wastewater treatment works where feasible and consistent with water quality objectives. So if that's included in their kind of checklist, then maybe.
Yeah, and I think this is what I meant this as a checklist. Applicant shall also demonstrate those
Right.
bullets.
Yeah, okay, good.
Does that get to your point?
Yes. it
Okay.
does. Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have a discussion about this 27.6. So if there's other comments like that, appreciate those.
As we get going, if there's something, even though we have this checklist, if there's something, hey, you know, Wally brings up a point like, hey, I think we should add one more bullet point for this. I mean, it's kind of almost like a living document that we can add, or if we see something to tweak, I think that's.
It can be a living document, but recall that it is a process, involved process for us to update this. So I want to make sure we have as much as we can in here
Okay.
at this moment.
Sounds good.
But we made a change, that's something we have to vote on, like,
Yeah, I know we have to
Really?
go through our committees and everything.
We can just simply ask the applicant, even though it's not. on the
You can.
checklist.
Well, I think there's a bullet, we could add a bullet, something like, I don't know how we'd phrase it right now, but other requirements as the water quality committee is necessary.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay,
That's kind of what I thought you were kind of getting at with that last additional application review requirements you could add up. Maybe one more bullet point at the end of that that encompasses all that.
okay.
like a job description with that last thing. Any other duties
Yeah.
that's seen by management.
Exactly.
Well, a cell phone call in.
As requested by the water quality committee or SAR.
Either or.
Okay.
and Or.
I'm a little concerned with the open-endedness of that, and I think if we are referencing that it needs to be consistent with the 208 plan and with Reg 22, between those two documents, we should have the ability to ask them for anything to demonstrate consistency with that.
Yes.
So I don't, the clause of essentially anything we ask for, to me, at least when as a consultant, that would concern me a little bit, about where's this process going to lead? And especially if there's fees tied to additional meetings, I guess that concerns me a little bit. I think it's something we should give some thought to before we just add it in.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Any other comments? But I agree.
Sometimes each project is unique and I don't want to be hamstringed to just this. If something comes up that's not on this list, I think the committee can ask pretty much any question they want. But I'm on the fence either way. I'm open to whatever people think.
Keeping it within the boundaries of the 208 plan and Reg 22 is how the rest of the document is written.
Right.
So maybe that clause is, any questions asked by the Water Quality Management Committee to ensure compliance with the 208 plan and Reg 22? Just so we're, maintaining
Right.
those scope limits.
Like that.
Okay.
Anything else anybody's got? Or nothing? Again, Angie, thank you so much for doing this. I know this was a lot of work. It shows it's a great document.
Thank you guys for reviewing it and for your comments. I definitely appreciate it.
Okay, moving on to item 7C, University of Denver Capstone Project.
All right, so a student from the University of Denver reached out to me. She lives in Colorado Springs and she wants to do, she's a urban and land use planning student. I forget what the exact, but she has interest in environmental planning and wanted to do something with us. So we thought together, brainstormed, and so Section 208 of the Clean Water Act encourages consideration of land use with our water quality planning, and it's meant to be incorporated through all the things that we do in 208. Other 208 agencies, the Northern Front Range and Northwestern Colorado, they both incorporate land use into their 208 processes, their or their site application processes as well. That's easier said than done in this region. So the student is going to be looking at that issue of how we could incorporate land use into our 208 planning and processes. Not sure what's going to come out of that, other than she's going to give us some suggestions on what we could consider and probably build us a story map about what the positives and negatives of that would be, showing how it impacts water quality planning, showing how it impacts land use planning as well. So with that, we started kicking off kind of outlining what that project looks like in January, early January. And I wanted to bring it to this group because she would like to reach out to some of you for input. So if everyone, I guess I'll open it to discussion if anyone's open to that or doesn't want to be contacted, you're too busy. Any thoughts?
See an issue with contacting me, but I'm just going to speak for myself.
Yeah, I've got no issue.
Yeah, I think that contact's fine. I think we're kind of a captive audience for domestic waste discharger. I think the MS4 people need to be in the pack as well.
Yeah, that was my other question. Are there other stakeholders that you think she should reach out to and that we can MS4?
The MS4.
Okay.
Particularly, I think the stormwater people at El Paso County Planning and Community Development see that stuff every day.
And for like my neck of the woods, that is who does all the stormwater, so.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable with her contacting me. I think Swint, the stormwater enterprise for Colorado Springs, would be the handle stormwater for the city.
I'm noticing a stormwater angle on this, and I think what she is going to be looking at is not just stormwater, but the regionalization that you talked about as well, things like that. So feel free to unload on her, give her all your thoughts. I think she should get the not the edited version. So all right, well, I will share as needed contact information with her. So let me know if you have any objections to that. Feel free to email me also if you don't feel like telling me right now. So.
Thank you. Any other questions for Angie on capstone project? No. Okay. Item 8, member entity announcements. Any announcements anybody's got? Go ahead.
So all I'll say is, I'm not gonna be here next month. I'll be on vacation. Hope you nominate me. Please be kind.
So chair, Wally, chair. Okay. Anything else, anybody? Don't see any hands raised unless Jared's got something. Okay. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna add, we're in the process of wrapping up a facility plan for our Las Vegas facility. I don't know if this agency has any interest in the results of that, but if so, I'm happy to share. But I also, like, if you guys don't want to waste your time, it's fine. So anyhow, if there's interest, I'm happy to share once we have finalized that document, which should be sometime end of Q1, early Q2, we hope.
I think that would be useful. It helps us set the framework for, you're set there for 20 years, you're set there for 200 years. That sort of stuff.
I think that's also something I'll hope that you will talk about when we do the section of the 208 plan updates that talk about your facility your current status and your future needs. It's meant to have a 20-year horizon.
Mhm.
So when we get to that stage in this 208 update process, if you could include information on that. I mean, not the whole document, but maybe say, hey, we did this and here's the link to the document or where you can find it or something.
Sounds good.
I just want to let the group know that I followed up with Matt Dunstan on the Walden wastewater facility. He's currently sick, and he said he's going to get back to me next week. I have not inspected anything at his facility. The sludge was supposed to be removed by the end of this month. I have not been contacted, so I reached out to him this morning, and he's under the weather, so I'm just letting the committee know that I'm still following up on that. Any questions regarding the Walden? All right. Anything else?
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, item number 9, meeting schedule. Angie needs us, yep. Okay. All right, if there's nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All righty, all in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none. Thank you so much. Again, Angie, thank you for keeping us on the straight and narrow on everything. And Jared, thank you so much for all the time and effort you do too. Everyone have a great day.